me away. It's the update, starring Soumya Murthy, Shay Dingenfelder, Paula Toledo, Ben Dupay, Carly Othman, and John Fraser.
Good evening and welcome to this year's season finale of The Update. I'm Shay Dingfelder.
And I'm Soumya Murthy. You know what, Shay? After everything is said and done, I think I'm really gonna miss you and your weird antics.
I'm gonna miss you too, Soumya. So much that I got you a little something.
Me? You shouldn't
Yes, I
have.
did.
What is it, Shay?
Yes, I did.
Oh my. Oh my God. Shay? Is that. Okay, can't do it. Shay, is that your severed penis?
You're damn right it is, Soumya. Ha ha!
Shay, are you okay? Do you need to see a doctor?
I got you, Soumya. That's not my penis. I got it from some hobo that sleeps outside the studio. Ha ha ha! Woo! North Dakota, often known as the third nipple of America, is a strange, strange place. So strange that the students of North Dakota State University have elected a homeless cat to their student government. Posing with an American flag with an authoritative glare that looks as though he's just seen a mouse, Professor X, as he's called by North Dakota students, with one of the leading write-in votes of their election. His campaign was based on affordable sardines, replacing trees on campus with scratching posts, and finding out where the hell that red dot keeps coming from.
In what is clearly the preemptive love story of the 21st century, a European man was casually strolling through Tinder when he matched with his estranged sister, whom he hadn't seen in 16 years. The two siblings were separated when their parents divorced and hadn't seen each other since. The creepiest part about this story? When they first chatted, he didn't recognize her as his sister and actually tried flirting with her. The last time something like this happened, it was a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, when Luke Skywalker totally swiped right on this hot babe, Princess Leia.
Who's better, MJ or LeBron? The discussion is always a heated one, but two Penn State students took the argument to another level. Police responded to reports of a physical altercation in which a male had a bottle broken on his head and that one of the students threatened to kill the other in his sleep. Guys, come on, it's just sports. And besides, it's not like either MJ or LeBron would have had a chance against Air Bud in his prime.
The interesting offseason of the Philadelphia Eagles has taken a turn to crazy town as they recently signed quarterback Tim Tebow. Tebow has recently been analysis for ESPN and is now taking Tebow Mania to Philly. In an update exclusive, we have Tim Tebow live. How's the weather out there, Tim?
Yeah, it's pretty f***ing decent, I guess. Sounds like f***ing old Philly cheesesteaks everywhere you go, though. What, you got a problem, Soumya?
No, it's just that I don't think I've ever heard you talk like that before.
Oh yeah, we'll get used to it. This is the new improved Tim Tebow, and I'm here to stay this time.
New and improved? In what ways, Tim?
Well, during my time at ESPN, in between getting my chest waxed and betting on cockfights with Chris Berman, I learned that nice guys always finish last. The reason I didn't make it in the league is because, quite frankly, I was a little pansy. I took the whole Christian thing way too far. I thought it would make me more marketable. But to be honest, I was raised Jewish.
Hold on a second. The whole religion thing for you was just some kind of a ruse?
Of course, Soumya. You see, no one wants to know that the only thing their favorite athlete has in common with religion is an affinity for cheap wine. Hell, half of these guys in the NFL aren't nearly as religious as they say they are. Just last week, I saw Russell Wilson getting thrown out of Dreamgirls. Apparently, he took too much LSD and thought the tassels on the strippers were rattlesnakes.
Wow, I guess there's just a lot I didn't know about professional athletes. How do you think this will affect your performance on the field?
Well, Chip Kelly is a well-known offensive mastermind, and his offense makes it very easy for a quarterback to thrive in. And he has an amazing supplement program that all of his players have to follow.
Supplement system?
Yeah, you see, Soumya. Oh, well, I forgot to take my next dose.
Tim, did you just take performance-enhancing drugs? Can we get some help for Tim? Oh, good Lord.
Let's play football.
Tim, let me get this straight. Chip Kelly's innovative offense system requires you to take drugs?
Whoa, Summit, easy. You never know when Roger Goodell is watching.
All right, well, my producer's screaming into my ear to get you off this live feed, so any parting words, Tim?
Actually, yeah. Why don't you take a look at John 3:26 for me?
Okay. So, and on the third day, the Lord said, they hate us because they ain't us.
There you go.
Thanks, Tebow.
A middle schooler in Ohio was arrested after he stole $25,000 from his grandfather and passed him out to his classmates in the form of $100 bills. After police had learned of the generous acts of the boy, most of the money had been handed out, with officers only collecting around $7,000 of the original total. It is unclear what the boy's intentions were, but we can only imagine he was trying to do it Big Willie style, having a chocolate milk party with all the 6th grade honeys.
A judge recently ruled that a Virginia woman must share custody with the father of her child. Seems pretty straightforward, right? Except for the fact that she used a turkey baster to get pregnant. Yes, apparently the father had agreed to allow the woman to use his sperm to impregnate herself. But when she wanted him out of his son's life, he turned to the law. All I have to say is, if your Thanksgiving turkey has a hint of pineapple, it might be time to get a new turkey baster.
And now for your entertainment news, here's John Fraser.
Thanks, Shay. Gwyneth Paltrow recently turned heads by giving up on her food stamp challenge 4 days in. Paltrow accepted the Food Bank NYC challenge from celebrity chef Maria Batali, which consists of living off nothing but food stamps for 1 week. Going from affording 5-star meals on the daily to budgeting for $1.38 per meal is probably quite the contrast. It's clear she's moved on from the shallow how days. Ariana Grande and Big Sean, one of music's biggest couples, have recently called it quits due to schedules of their concert tours. The couple ended their relationship on good terms, stating that they still love each other very much. Yeah, because everyone is going to believe that, right? I bet Big Sean came upon Ariana's real birth certificate and found out she's actually 16. Clearly, the big news of the week has been the Kylie Jenner lip challenge. The challenge involves placing a shot glass onto your lips and sucking the shot glass for an extended amount of time in order to mimic the ridiculous natural lips Kylie somehow grew overnight. She must have had a collagen fairy or something. The results have ranged from hilarious to horrifying, with several women doing enough damage to their lips to send them to the hospital. In honor of the challenge, we've chosen our favorite lip transformations. First, we have the beautiful Regis Philippine. So plush and full, even at such an old age. Next, we have Benjamin Franklin. While he is well known for inventing bifocals and the lightning rod, he also underwent the first lip injection surgery, where instead of collagen, they used tears of Native Americans. Next, we have Kermit. It looks like Kermit is tired of Miss Piggy turning heads, so it looks like he's trying to get in on the action too. Last, we have our very own Shay Dingelfelder. Whoa, Shay. Whoa. What happened to those lips? You trying to be like me? Because that ain't you.
I got stuck by a jellyfish, okay?
Only you, Shay. That's all we have for today. Back to the desk.
Thanks, John. A Japanese woman has been put on trial for obscenity for doing the simple act of turning her genitals into artwork. Megumi Igarashi was arrested after building a kayak with a top shaped like her vagina and sending 3D printer data of the nitty-gritty details of her vagina to potential donors. The censorship of her coochie comes in stark contrast to the parades held for Japanese penises. But why is the Japanese government so afraid of vaginas? I mean, it's been like 50 years since the last time someone had a really bad PMS.
A Missouri woman has been arrested for endangering the welfare of a child after she allegedly beat her daughter. When police arrived on the scene, the woman claimed that she wasn't responsible. but that her daughter was actually bitten by a spider and rendered unconscious because, spiders are big enough to leave bruises and break bones. At least I hope so, because as she was telling the truth, I'm never leaving my room again.
Watch out, presidential candidates. Waka Flocka Flame announced that he is running for president during an interview with Rolling Stone on 420. The famous rapper gave out some tips during the interview like, a blunt a day will take the pain away, and all presidents smoke is a presidential kush. But during the majority of the interview, Waka discussed some changes he would make as president, including prohibiting dogs in restaurants, increasing trade skill education, legalizing weed, and bringing the minimum wage to $15 an hour. We now have his campaign manager, PT Samples.
Hello, Update crew. It's a pleasure to be a guest on such a highly rated news show.
Sophia, is she making fun of us?
So, PT Samples, what made Waka decide to run in 2016?
Well, Somia, it's funny you should ask because politics have always been in the back of Waka's mind. He's always had such a passion for helping those less fortunate than him, and he feels like being president of the United States is the easiest way to accomplish that.
So, in his song, Round of Applause, when he says, Flocka, can you be my baby daddy? Pippin like I'm Dolomite. Hoes jump in my caddy. Does that mean he intends to take the American people into a more prosperous future?
That's exactly right, Shay. If it was possible, Waka would be the baby daddy to all the children across America. He just has such a big heart.
Okay, so this all just seems really ridiculous. How is Waka Flocka Flame qualified to be president?
His qualifications actually compare quite nicely to his competitors. He was ASB president and valedictorian of Balso Hard University, which shows he has experience being a leader at a prestigious institution.
Oh yeah, Balso Hard. Great school. Go Player Haters.
Hey. He also has a good business sense. In just 2 months, he took a bankrupt trap house and made it into one of the most profitable drug suppliers in all of Atlanta. They went from flipping rocks to flipping houses on HD TVs. We might be using your house to hold drugs.
So let me make sure I understand this. What you're trying to say here, PT Samples, is that Waka Flocka's experience as a drug trafficker makes him fit to run our economy?
There is no better person to run our economy than a former drug trafficker. He won't let up until you pay him, and he knows how to turn a profit. How else are we supposed to sell war-torn countries on the idea of freedom if we don't cut it with a little bit of socialism? There's only so much freedom to go around, Somia.
Okay, last question. How are you going to get the American people to vote for a drug-dealing rapper over candidates who have worked in politics for decades?
Great question, Somia. My main strategy is quite simple when you think about it. Most of Waka's target audience is young people from the ghettos and drunk, ignorant college students saying the N-word as loud as they can in a crowded bar. The problem is, most of these people don't vote, so we are forced to look elsewhere for our votes. We decided to place several tubes into the ventilation system at voting polls around the country, pumping high-quality THC gases. The voters will be too high to actually vote for the logical candidates.
That's so illegal, but I have to hand it to you on your shrewd business tactics. Thanks for joining us, PT Samples.
Anytime, and remember, vote Brick Squad!
That's all for tonight, everyone.
Thanks for a wonderful season.
Good night.